Welcome everybody for today's live stream. It's been a few weeks since we've done one before, and it's good to have you here. And so today we're gonna hang out here in my office studio here in Espoo, and I'm going to do my best to help you with your questions about Finland, Finnishness, Finnish stuff, Finnish people, maybe the Finnish language. And as always, let's hope we will have a good time tonight. And sorry if my voice is a little bit cracking because I actually had corona a few weeks ago, and I'm still kind of recovering from that and looking forward to get fully recovered from that. Just making sure that everything's running smoothly. I hope it is. Yeah, it's always a little bit rusty to get everything started. Just a second. Want to see that if the comments are rolling in. Okay, there we go. We have Juho and Krunoslav from Croatia already in the chat, and yeah, I'm as per usual. I'm here in Espoo, in my own in my apartment, and I'm been actually spending the whole week alone because we were supposed to actually leave for Miami for a holiday trip, but it got cancelled because we both got corona just like on the worst possible time, but my girlfriend still wanted to go for a holiday because in Finland we had this like a hiihtoloma, which is kind of like the skiing holiday from the schools, because she works at the school. She's a teacher, and she decided just to go to Spain alone for a week because why not? I wasn't still fully recovered, and our dog Noah is also in care. So that's what's been going on recently, and that's why it's been a few weeks with no videos or streams, because I actually tried my best not to. I tried my best just to rest as much as possible to recover for trip, but what the hell, it kind of fell through. Okay, we have some people also here. Let's see, we have Juho, Krunoslav, Alice from Tampere. Tampere is a kick-ass city. I used to study there for 6 years. We have also, let's see, Liang Deng. We have also Gabriela from Brazil. Good stuff. We have Lindsay from the USA. Okay, it's kind of funny you see that then. Ani pitää sekin muistaa Leppävaarasta. Moi. Leppävaarassa kick-ass area as well. Moi to the sauna viikinki mies. Yes, so the sauna boss hat is, and actually I'm kind of having a very weird setup because my headphones are under over here. We have also Edward from Singapore. Good stuff. We have Parsa. Hey, Oleski. Slight typo, no problem. We have Georgios from Greece. Kalimera, Kalispera. Good stuff. We have also Goi saying hello. We have Raj from India. Are you gonna be able to stand the Miami heat? Maybe the questions of the where you gonna because it didn't happen. Yeah, it was kind of hot. I was looking at the temperatures 25, but 25 is something we have also in Finland. But I learned that in Miami it's much more humid, because in Finland we don't have humidity pretty much at all, which is good stuff. Vampira from Scotland. Good stuff. Thanks for the recent comments on the videos. Yeah, so interesting times we are living. Oops, and I just realized. Okay, yeah, everything. So as per usual, you can use the link in the comments to submit. No, you can use the link in the description to submit your questions, and I will go through them. Like for a while, I will go through the questions through the form, and then for a while, like after some while, I will also take comments from take questions from the comments. Man, it's clearly a sign that I haven't been streaming for a while, because I will just keep messing up in my words. Yes, so let's see what kind of topics we will be having today. Interesting. Let me just format this a little bit. So the first question is from This will be horribly mispronounced probably. Guilherme from Portugal. He's planning to move to Finland within 5 years for studying and free and incredible education, nature, people, and my Finnish friend are the sparks of interest. And the question is, how much money is required to study/live in Finland for a European student? Okay, that's a good question. Well, I'm not actually sure if there are income requirements for EU people, because I know there is an income requirement for non-EU people. I think it's like 670 euros per month that you legally need to have when you're applying for the residence permit. But I'm not sure if there are limits for European guys and gals. But maybe the question is also like how much money you actually need to actually cover the living costs. Okay, so this depends heavily on where you will be actually living. But actually, let's take some numbers. There's a website called numbio.com which has some data at least. Let me just open it here. Finland, and I need to share my screen. Let me just close Pornhub and other weird tabs before. No, just kidding. But yeah, share screen, Chrome tab, and cost of living. Okay, so now you should be able to see this. So this is called numbio.com. This is like a website where people can submit different types of costs, and it will kind of give you numbers how much it's going to cost in different parts of the world. And this is some basic stats of Finland. And if we start with the costs, I think the biggest cost that we will have is the rent. But if you are a student, you can apply for the cheap student apartments. And I think the rental level can be around 50 or 60% from the private market. So if you would living in Helsinki, I think you may be able to get a single room apartment maybe for 400, 500 euros. Not sure. And then we can actually see restaurants. Well, altogether, I would avoid eating out in Finland because it's just expensive. So maybe a few times a month it's okay, but generally you don't want to go out for lunch or dinner all the time because that's going to be expensive. Then for markets, well, this is very in detail, like this milk, rice, all these kind of things. But I would say that if you're a single person, maybe 200 to 300 euros a month would be your food costs. If you can cook some simple but good, effective meals, you can actually save a buttload of money with that. Transportation in Helsinki, it costs 60 euros to have this, like a monthly unlimited ticket. You can see it's a monthly pass. On average, it's between 50 to 68 euros. Well, utilities, it says 108 euros a month for 85. Well, this is actually quite big apartment, to be honest. But let's see, electricity, heating, cooling, water. Well, first of all, you don't have to pay heating, cooling, and garbage at all if you're on rent. Electricity is something you need to get. At the moment, the prices of the electricity have gone up because of the energy crisis and through the things that have been happening in Russia. But I would say electricity for a single room person, I think it would be around 20 to 25 euros a month, including everything. And water fee sometimes it's included in the rent directly, and sometimes it's kind of like an extra, but that's maybe 20 euros a month. It depends. Then on utilities, home insurance is maybe 15 euros a month. That's not expensive. And then for the phone plans are actually quite cheap. I think you can get decent plan with 12 euros or 14 euros a month. And internet is also quite cheap. Most rents have internet included. So and then there's of course sports and leisure. I mean, if you go to the gym, for example, I pay 50 euros a month to the gym, but there's also like this spa, so I get the spa as well. And then but there is a gym chain that has only 25 euros a month. 25 euros a month. That's also possible. Okay, well, here we actually have some rents, but as you can see, there's a lot of, like, I guess, so high on the variance maybe. So it really much depends where you live. So, for example, when I was studying at Tampere, I paid 300 something for a student apartment, one room. It included electricity, internet, and water. So that was very cheap. So yeah, you can use this website, but I think if we calculate everything for a student, if you live on a quite a tight budget, maybe you also want to put like 100 to 200 euros a month for, like, maybe if you need to buy clothes or like a fun budget. Maybe, I mean, for a student, I think you can live with less than 1,000 euro a month. Maybe I should have, like, calculated the numbers. Maybe I think I should make a video, like updated video, like the living costs. Yeah, let me see. Have a look at the chat if there's any other people who maybe knows, because it's been a while since I've been a student. Sellossa maitolitra maksaa 60 senttiä. So yeah, a liter of milk costs 60 cents. Milk is not expensive. Let me see if there's any. I know there's a little bit of lag, like when I'm speaking and when it actually gets transmitted to you, there's a bit of lag. It is realistic to hope for 300 in Lahti. I think this, I assume this is about rents, but it could be. It could be. Those are correct if you live in the Helsinki city center. Yeah. Yeah, you can actually, if you go select city, if you find, for example, okay, someone mentioned Lahti here, and you can see what people have submitted here. Let's see, for example, the rents. Okay, one room, bedroom, city center, 575. But this is not student apartment, so it would be even more cheaper. Okay. So that was a little bit long answer, but this numbeo.com is kind of okay to get like a general idea for prices in different cities. It's not like a foolproof, but you can get like a guidance on the price. Great, let's take the next question from the forums. From Erickson from Philippines. He's already living in Finland for studies and he wants to experience the European life. That's amazing. And the question is, buying used car in Finland as a foreigner, and what are the benefits of pregnant women here in Finland as a foreigner? Okay, so about cars, well, first of all, you need to find a car. There are a few options that you can use. There is a place called Kamux. Just a second. Kamux is it's a publicly traded company in Finland that sells used cars. Let me just, where can I share the screen again? So Kamux is the name of the place. I have never used this myself, but I have heard that it's a decent place. It's like a car dealership, and you can buy a car here. You can also use a website called, is it nettiauto.fi. It's like a Facebook marketplace for used cars. So you're dealing with a private person. You can use, for example, these two websites, and there is a little bit of bureaucracy involved. But I think there was also a website from Traficom. Let me just see, Traficom.com. Yes, can I actually share? Share this tab instead. So Traficom is this official organization, like public organization. Yeah, Finnish Transport and Communication Agency, and they have actually quite it's like a checklist of things that you need to go through when you're buying a used vehicle. So you need to check the register and tax information as well as the owner's identity. So if you're buying for a private person, if you're dealing with the car dealership, it's a little bit safe and less hassle because the car dealership is most likely helping you with everything. And yeah, then you have to make sure that the car has been commissioned. I'm not sure what was the term in Finnish, but the car has to be commissioned in order to be allowed to drive it. And there's a tax surcharge for at least 1,000 euros if you drive with the decommissioned car. And yeah, then there is this kind of like a paperwork, but this is what the seller does. And there's like an e-service where you can actually do this. And then you need to get the, by the way, is it too small? Maybe I need to zoom in on it. That's better. Then you need to get the car insurance, but the insurance companies actually help you with many of these things. And you make sure to get the deed of sale and take the car insurance and register. Yeah, I think the insurance companies help you doing these two things. I have actually never bought a used car myself. My girlfriend has bought a used car, but it's actually not that difficult. And especially if you go through a dealership, they will help you with these things. Yeah, is there anyone? Have you bought a used car in Finland? Let me know. So maybe someone has some insights. Yeah, Mirko is also here. Moro, we have also Von Doom, greetings from Mäntsälä, and George is also here. Good stuff. And Gabriela says, I'm moving to TYY apartment in Turku and it's 250 a month. Yeah, so about the previous rent stuff. They're actually very cheap. And make sure that if you're planning to come to study in Finland, apply for those cheap student apartments. But yeah, these 3 websites you can use to get started for cars. Let's take next question from the chat from Chris from Australia. I'm moving to Finland within 3 years for remigration and Finnish descent. So Chris's mother is Finnish. That's amazing. The question is it hard to integrate to Finnish society? Interesting question. I would say yes and no. It really depends how much you're ready to put effort into understanding the Finnish cultural lifestyle and the language. If you're ready, then I don't think it's that difficult. Like Finland is not like a difficult society in my opinion. I think the biggest challenges will come with the social culture because Finns are kind of shy, a little bit reserved, and we're not really inclined to talk to strangers. So for example, if you are kind of shy yourself, it can be challenging to make friends here because if you want to make friends, you need to go talk to Finns, basically. Because Finns are kind of bad at breaking the ice, unless it's a Finland gold medal celebrations at the marketplace. Then everybody are friends with each other. I mean, Finnish society, I don't think the bureaucracy is not that bad. Of course, at the beginning, there's a number of things you need to do, but once that it's done, it's quite easy to navigate. Finns also speak quite good English, especially in the bigger cities. And what else? I think the social aspect may be the challenging part, and the weather, depending. Like Chris is from Australia, most likely there are not cold winters there. That can be also a bit challenging one. Okay, Juho says that almost all car dealers companies, including Kamux, uses Nettiä. Okay, interesting stuff. One Doom says, I'm a Latino and my girlfriend is Finnish. I made her a very talkative gal. That's amazing. I think it would be, if Finns were a little bit more talkative by nature, it would be a little bit more enjoyable to live here. Hey, Sangwoo Dan, thanks for the super chat. How would you answer this interview question? Do you prefer working alone or working in a group? Literally every interviewer asks me this question. Yeah, first of all, thanks for the 10 euros that will go to the long drink fund. I think it depends on the type of the job. But actually, recently I've noticed, because I do this content now full time and trying giving it a go to see if it will go anywhere or not. And I've noticed that I feel kind of alone, because I'm just here doing these things myself, and it can feel very lonely at times. But if I had, for example, three, let's say, few people doing the same stuff as I am, then I think it would be maybe more motivating and much more fun, because you're actually working with like-minded people. Actually, maybe you know Oliver from Road to Finnish, and he suggested that we could rent like a small studio space somewhere, and then we could go there, work together. That was actually a fun idea. So I think working in a group may be better, because if like working from home can be a little bit distracting as well. But yeah, I think working in a group may work better for me. How do you think? What do you think? Let me know in the chat. Yeah, huge, big hats off for Sangwoo for the 10 euros. Yeah, let me just waiting up to see. Okay, I'm gonna go through the comments. I will also scroll through the older comments after I've gone through the questions from the chat. Actually, I just realized I forgot to answer the second question of from who was it? Erickson. Benefits of pregnant women. Okay, well, for obvious reasons, I don't have first-hand experience on this. But first of all, we have the paternity leave. So you get paid leave from the work. And then we have this thing called, mikä se on äitiyspakkaus, maternity grant. Is it maternity grant? Let me see, I can actually show that to you in a second. Share this tab instead. And there we go. So let's see, where is it? Maternity package, yes. So you can choose that. You can either choose 170 euros, free money, or the maternity package. So this is that each mom gets when they apply. When they're gonna have a child, and it contains. Let's see. There's a box and mattress, snowsuit / sleeping bag, insulated booties and mittens, sleeping bag, blankets, wool mix overalls, wool caps, balaclava hoods, caps, and all these kind of clothes that a baby needs for free. Trousers, socks, mittens, night dress, duvet covers, sheets, towels. There's actually a lot of stuff. Muslin squares, feeding wipes, first book, and cuddly toy. So I think this is a good system. In your country, is there similar like a system for new families? Let me know, because I've heard that this is kind of like a famous thing also abroad. And there was something mentioned here. Please keep in mind that you should put a claim for the maternity package at least 2 months before your estimated due date. And there's more information about this. Yeah, so it's actually quite. I think this is a good system, because when you will have a child, you have to buy all kind of things, but you can actually get started quite nicely. thanks to the maternity package. Yeah, let me know how you feel about this type of system. I think there might be a little bit of a lag in the comments. How can I find a Finnish girlfriend on what application? I don't think you can apply for Finnish girlfriend. Stefan says Americans would call it communism. Okay, yeah, but hey, supporting new families, good stuff. In my opinion. Okay, let me go to the next question. Next question is from Nora from the Philippines, moving to Finland within a year for working. And the question is part-time work for beginner in Finnish. Scholarship for immigrants to study. How is Finland doing with the sanctions imposed Russia? Part-time jobs, there are some, but I mean, it really depends. For example, you could maybe work as in a restaurant, maybe maybe as an assistant chef or something, or maybe as a waiter or waitress, or maybe in a bar. What else? Part-time. It really depends. Some people do this food delivery stuff, but then you have to actually start like a business, but it's actually not that difficult. That's because that doesn't really require Finnish, and you can work with flexible hours and stuff like that. Scholarships, the universities offer exclusive scholarships for non-EU people, to which you can apply when you apply for the programs. And how is Finland doing with the sanctions? Well, because of the Russia situation, the gasoline prices have gone up because the oil prices have gone up. So some people saw there was like a 2.5 euros per liter, and just for comparison, like 1.5 years ago it was around 1 euro per liter. So that's super expensive. Luckily, we don't have to use the car that often. Okay, let's take the next question from Parsa. Parsa has been sending questions before, good stuff. He's from Iran, Chetori, and moving to Finland within 3 years for working, and the best and the happiest country across the world. The question is, can I live and communicate in English with Finnish people without knowing Finnish language knowledge? Yes, it depends a little bit where, but if you come to Helsinki or Tampere or maybe Jyväskylä, all these big cities, there are people who speak good English. But if you go into any smaller towns, then maybe not. But generally speaking, Finns speak good English. Good stuff. Let me just make a quick. I'll take one more question and then I will go through the comments next. Next, we have Ahmad from Turkey. Merhabalar. Moving to Finland within a year for studying and quality of life, education, and beautiful nature. Sparks of interest. The question is, I will be arriving to Finland this summer for university. I already have accepted in the process of getting residence permit, although I have sufficient funds making my family pay for it. Really hurts my soul. I was thinking of getting a job where I can work when I'm free so that my grades won't be hurt. Any recommendations, a job for a student? I was thinking about doing food delivery in Wolt or Foodora. Is it easy to get into those? Do they usually accept everyone? Okay, so I just talked about this, and I think they do accept. So let me go to Wolt application. Volt is like Uber Eats in the States. Let's see for couriers. So let me just share the screen. And according to, this is their website. So all you need a smartphone, a vehicle, bicycle, scooter, or car, and a valid driving license if you're using a car, and your ID and proof the right of work. And that's it. I think they may have some other processes also behind this, but it's not really, that's all you need to get started. You probably need to start also a business ID, but that's not too difficult to get. But yeah, that's something just to keep in mind. And also think it in this way, that if you're gonna study here, and when you eventually get graduated and you get a proper job, then you can start paying off if you feel like it. I mean, because when you're studying and you have very limited, maybe you have very limited expenses, I don't know, like income, it's better just to make sure that you can focus on your studies and start networking and working also on the fact, working on how you will get a job. Because I think it's important to start understanding how the Finnish job market works, even when you're when you're studying. Okay, I will go through the comments next. Let's see. Vampira asks, where is the best place to get good coffee and korvapuusti? I think there's a lot of these bakeries in Helsinki. If you just put on Google Maps bakery, you will get a lot of good options. I don't think you will, how would I say, you won't miss those. They are like around every corner. Do Finns talk during meals? Yes, I think that's a good place to do some, like if you go to lunch with your co-workers or study buddies, that's a good place to do some conversation. Is it hard to make friends in Finland? Well, this is what I think I answered this. It's like the yes and no. If you are a social person by nature, then it's going to be easier. And if you're not, then it's going to be harder, because Finns don't really start the conversations. And you also need to be a little bit persistent. I actually heard a really great metaphor about Finns. So it was something along the lines of that Finns are like a bottle of ketchup that you're trying to shake it and make the ketchup come out. And just when you're about to give up, like everything will just splurt out entirely. So that's like the Finnish friendship. So at first it can be kind of challenging and difficult, but then when you're just persistent enough, it will be successful. Teko says, I would usually talk the politician route, and I prefer working alone, but I'm good with people when needed. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Politically correct answer. Yeah, Teko is Finnish as far as I know. Aliaksei says, thanks for your channel and content. Moved to Finland 9 months ago. Your tips were quite useful. That's great. That's why I'm making the videos. Good to hear that people are succeeding. If I love Finland and love winter and love Finnish social anxiety, what is wrong with me? Nothing. You're Finnish. You're just Finnish, and nothing wrong with that. Blake, folks, how do Finnish wives treat their husbands? I think it really depends on the relationship. Very difficult to say. I mean, if the relationship is fine, then probably well. And if it's not, then maybe not so well. Honki Mochi says, moi. Moi, good to have you here. Von Doom says, she made a big hockey fan. Lol. Good stuff. Their causes making casual friends is not really that hard, but making good friends might need some time and effort. Yes, I think that makes sense. That does make sense. Do you want Finland to join NATO? Okay, well, this is a bit difficult. I don't usually want to go in too much into politics because, first of all, I don't know much about politics and I'm not really personally involved. And I don't even know all the possible pros and cons of the NATO memberships. But I mean, without going too much into it, I think it's a good idea. But that's it. Small talk is kind of banned here. You really want to have a point. Yeah, this is. I would say like yes and no, because I have had great small talk experiences in Finland with Finns. But it's not very typical to have small talk. But I mean, sometimes at the grocery store, or let's see, maybe even at the bus. So once I've had a conversation. Yeah, it depends. But if you have if you can create interesting conversations, then I don't think that's any problem. I moved to Finland from USA to be with my girlfriend. Love it. Excellent stuff. Greetings from Mäntsälä. We are going to Lahti tomorrow. Lol. Okay, Lahti is the Chicago of Finland. Yeah, because all this kind of like weird shit happens there. In Helsinki, people continue to speak Finnish even though they said I don't speak it, as if they assumed I was just joking, something bit weird. Okay, maybe that was just bad luck. Maybe you just ran into some dumbass person. I don't know. But I think Finns in general are quite polite. So that it sounds weird to hear that you have run into this kind of problem. Okay, William says, do universities of applied sciences offer better job opportunities for foreign students in relation to normal universities? I would say no. I think it just depends on the degree, but I would say no. I think both have equally good opportunities. So the University of Applied Sciences, it's a bachelor's degree, and usually at the university you go to master's, but I don't think it's a problem. Slayton, this is also what we're talking about. All kinds of topics. We're going through the chat in a bit. Once a Finnish girl gets comfortable with you, she talks non-stop. Yeah, this makes sense. This does make sense to me. Teko says UAS gets more hands-on experience, so there will be more opportunities, universities, academics, so there's less write-up jobs for it. Yeah, I do agree that UAS is more like hands-on stuff, but yeah, universities are more like it's more based on like this research and all these kind of things. But yeah, for example, if you study like software engineering at the university, that's very like hands-on stuff as well. So it depends a little bit of what you study. And do Finns sometimes eat alone like the Japanese? Yeah, I mean, if I go to lunch, because I'm a solo entrepreneur, I will eat alone. But I mean, if you work at the office and then colleagues might ask, hey, should we go for lunch? Then sure, if you have time. But you can also eat alone, no problem with that. Are Finns religious? No. not at all. People don't really talk about religion, and I think Finns, yeah, it's not that thing in Finland. Is there scholarship opportunities? Yes, there are non-exclusive exclusive scholarships for people outside of the European Union. Adonis says, "Hi Alex, I have a job contract to work in Åland Islands." Okay, that's interesting. From 1st of May, but I'm not planning to live a long time there. What city do you prefer me to live for a long time? I think any of the bigger cities like Turku. I think Turku is the closest to Åland Islands. Yeah, of course, Helsinki area is good. Tampere, maybe Oulu. Yeah, I think those are good. Maybe you could. I always recommend to look into the opportunity to live outside of the Helsinki area, because Helsinki has become kind of like a metropole and like a big city, and I think the real Finland lies beyond the capital area. Okay, let's take one more here. I'm an introvert person. Is it true that Finnish people are majority that introvert? Yeah, I think it's more like that Finns don't just open conversation, and Finns are kind of like busy. So Finns think that small talking or having this like mindless or meaningless conversation is just like a waste of time. So that's why we don't start conversations that easily. But yeah, I think in that, if we approach this question in this way, I think I would say most Finns are kind of like introvert, but there are also extrovert people. For example, I feel that I'm an introvert, but I can also be extrovert if I run into some fun and interesting people and with good conversation. Okay, let's go to the forums. So we went to. Okay, Vampira's comment will be next when we get here. So next question is from Victor from Deutschland. Willkommen. Moving to Finland within a year for music career, master's, research, and auroras involves spark of interest. The question is, how does the health and social insurance work? Minimum/maximum amount of earning. Okay, so it will be okay. Now I need to just think about it. So it will be automatically deducted from the taxes. And actually, let's see if we can find some information. Social Security contribution Finland tax something. Okay, I'm just googling something random, and we actually found the official info from the tax office or the tax administration. So the way it works, actually I don't know it exactly myself, but when you get salary, you will pay, this is employers. Okay, so the employers pay this amount to health insurance contributions. And let's see what else do we have here. Okay, this is just a breakdown of the thing, and it's more like numbers. But how much is it from the employees part? Because I think employees also pay. So it's like both parties pay a certain, so it's 1%, it seems. Health incoming daily allowance contribution. Yeah, so it's a set percentage paid to insurance. Okay, so employees pension insurance okay, that's pension stuff. Yes, that's the 7% from the gross salary. Yep, but basically you don't have to do anything. It's a set percentage that you will pay from your gross salary. But I couldn't find the employees part because this is employers. Yeah, but when you get your tax card and when you get your tax card, you can actually see the percentages there. Health insurance contribution. Yeah, so that it's a little bit convoluted. Yeah, like Finns don't even know themselves like how the taxes work. I mean, there's very like detailed stuff, and the reason is because it's not really important because you cannot affect it yourself in any way. So it's a set percentage as far as I understand. Next question is from Edward from Singapore. Let me just put my sexy Finnish face for you. Edward from Singapore, haven't decided yet whether he wants to move to Finland, but vacation would be fun and the cold weather spark interest. That's interesting. And the question is, how's the COVID situation? Is PCR needed there or before arrival? Is Singapore one of the few destinations to Finland? Okay, so if you're wondering what the restrictions are if you're traveling to Finland, your airlines always have the information. And they are actually required to collect the information what you need, and it depends also from where you're traveling to. But you can find the information on there. I don't know what the Singapore situation is, but also hold on. What was is it the IATA, International Air Transportation Association? I think they also have this like a service. Let me just open it because I think I used it. Yes, I'm not a robot. Oh, it thinks me I'm a robot. Fire hydrants. Okay. Actually, yeah, let me just show it to you. So they have this like a map feature, and if you click, for example, Finland, then you will get the information. But the airlines also have their information as well. What you need to do in order to travel to that country. Okay, hopefully that helps. This is the IATA Travel Center. Okay. Let's take next question from Adil from Sudan, moving to Finland within a year. And let me put my face again here. Remigration and Finnish descent, interesting and great country, thumbs up. And the question is, what is the best way to learn Finnish language in short time? Okay, so Finnish language, always the big challenge for many. I mean, if you want to learn fast, you need to find someone with whom you can practice with. Because if you want to learn to speak Finnish, you need to practice speaking Finnish in a real speaking situation. Also, consistency. Try to learn every day, at least like 30 minutes, because that's how it's gonna it will start to stick to your brain. I think those are the most important facts. Also, try to use different ways of learning. There are, for example, many apps you can use. There's Duolingo, Word Dive, Mondly. Yeah, and then maybe the grammar is I wouldn't be too much worried about the grammar at first, but of course you have to learn grammar at some point. But yeah, get a speaking partner. And I can actually show you one resource which I always recommend. So if you are not in Finland, you don't have access to Finnish speakers. There's a service called italki, and you can find very inexpensive one-on-one lessons with native people. And let me just show you how it works. So let's see, maybe I'll zoom in a little bit again. So let's go to the menu here, type Finnish, set the cookies. And as you can see, these are like 30-minute trial lesson, 11 euros. This is in euros because I'm in Finland. And these are like community people. So community tutor means that it's not a professional teacher, but it's a native or like a speaker who can teach you and practice the speaking with you. There's Heidi. There's there's this. She's from Slovakia, but she also speaks Finnish. Alexandra is from Finland. Jere, like a hourly rate 13 euros a month. That's ridiculously cheap. Because if you would pay like a professional teacher one-on-one, I think it would be like 60 euros or something. That's very, very expensive. Heta, Heta has a little bit more expensive, but she has had almost more than 800 lessons. Sabrine, 40 euros. Okay, but look at the amount of lessons she has taught buttloads of Finnish. Ville, Ida. So as you can see, there's different price ranges. Stefano, this guy is actually kind of cool. He's Italian, who is like a polyglot. He has learned many languages, including Finnish. And I have an affiliate link. So if you go to use my link and you buy a lesson worth of 20 euros or something, you get another lesson for free. And the link is not maybe in the description, but if you go to Alexi himself .com/italki. I think I put it in the comments at least. That's my affiliate link. So if you use it, I will also get a small commission with no extra cost for you. But this is what I really recommend. If you are not in Finland yet and you really want to invest and speed up your Finnish language learning, you can use italki, and you can actually see some reviews. For example, Sabrine. Let's see how it looks like. Okay, it didn't actually open the. So you can see like a preview, like a introduction video. You can see when she's available, about her, and actually she also has Uki-testi preparation. That's good. Conversation practice, trial lesson, blah blah blah, statistics and reviews. So it seems she has got lots of good reviews. Yes, so this is what I would do. So, for example, when you have heard probably the story that when I moved to Japan 2016, I had 6 months time to learn Japanese as much as I could. And luckily I found this exchange student in Tampere who agreed to meet with me once a week for lunch. And we spoke Finnish, we spoke Japanese. At first I sucked, of course, but week by week, I actually got more confidence in the speaking. And he also taught me this like a useful conversational Japanese that actually Japanese people used. And that is a very good thing about this when you have like a practice partner, because you will learn actually the useful real language. And he or she can also explain you things like why things work in a certain way. Hey, we had a super chat here. Gold coins super sticker. Okay, I think I missed it. Let me just see. Where is it? Okay, I think it already skipped. But who? Okay, so from gold coins, $1 super sticker. Thank you so much. But yeah, you check out italki. I think I have also like a review/tutorial on my YouTube channel. But italki is good. Excellent. Let's go to we have a few more questions. Tony, Slendis Universe, Moro from Finland, living in Finland, already living here, born here. I really like the Finnish short, concise answers here. Let me just wrap the text. And the question is, how likely would you recommend a small town living the foreigners' work and experiences? Okay, so if you would live in a very like a small town, I think it will be very authentic. First of all, because most likely people there would not speak good English, so you would actually have to learn Finnish. That would be actually very good to your Finnish skills. If you want like a very peaceful life, that could be also a benefit. Yeah, I think it depends on your life situation and what kind of life you're looking for. The small towns, obviously, the cons are that there's maybe not much going on. You would probably have to get a car. The prices would be probably low because usually the rents and everything are much cheaper. Yeah, for example, for me at this current life situation, I would not want to live in a small town because it just would not fit my current lifestyle. But yeah, maybe if you want peace and quiet, it could be perfect for you. Very interesting question. I think I've never answered that before. Okay, one more question from Nasser from Washington, D.C. Moving to Finland within a year for working and loves the Nordic region. Good stuff. And the question is, how difficult is it for non-Finnish speakers to interact with service professionals like plumbers, contractors? Good question. I think it also depends on the region. In the capital area, I would assume that they can speak English, but of course not all of them necessarily. But I think it would make sense to get a contractor who can speak English. And again, if we were living in a small town, it can be challenging to find, let's say, a plumber who could speak English. But generally speaking, I wouldn't be too worried about that. Yes, interesting question. Let's go to the comments again. Vampira says, something I noticed that the prices of groceries aren't as bad as I thought they would be. Cheese is expensive, so is meat and fish, but I'm a veggie. But it's not that much more than in the UK. Okay, good stuff. Teko says, generally we appreciate the effort you made to speak Finnish, but don't be surprised if we change to English if we see that you are struggling. Yeah, this is a common problem. I hear that if someone tries to speak Finnish to a Finn, the Finn replies in English. But it's not because people are like impolite or stuff like that. Finns usually strive for convenience, and maybe they might think that it's easier for you to also speak English. And Varpu from Her Finland actually made a good short video about this recently, that you can just say, hey, puhutaan suomea, let's speak Finnish, and then you can start telling what you want, or you can ask them like, hey, voitko puhua suomea, like, can you speak in Finnish? So that's what you could say. Joe is also here. Kuis hurisee? Kiitos hyvin. Mites sulla Oulussa hurisee? Joe is one of our long-time Fantastics. He's been to every meetups we've had. And yeah, Joe, big hand to Joe. Gabriel asks, how is the Finnish-Swedish people heard? They are a bit different from Finns. Okay, well, I have first-hand experience. My girlfriend is Finnish-Swedish, and she's not really that much different. She speaks perfect Finnish, and obviously Swedish is her first language. I mean, there are some certain stereotypes about Finnish-Swedish, for example, that the Finnish-Swedish are much richer than the Finns. I'm not really sure if that's if that's true or not, or where it comes from. But yeah, my girlfriend is awesome. I mean, she's very talkative, outgoing. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's much difference. Teko says, Fenno Swedes are fine. We tend to make jokes about them being a nobby, but it's just the old money people. Okay, well, what is a nobby? I think I've never seen that word. Joe mentions about the official from Raja. Okay, this was about the travel restrictions. That's actually a good point. I completely forgot it. How could I get a chance for a job? I just made a video about this topic like a few days ago. Go and watched the video. Snobby. Okay, now I got it. Yeah, this is about like being rich and things. But I don't think that's not really the truth. Oh, okay. Thanks for the reply, Black. I got really interested in Finnish, Swedish girl, and I want to know more about the culture. Yeah, I don't think there's much difference. But it's just good to understand that they speak Swedish as their first language. Joose, moi Joose. Tervetuloa striimiin. If you don't speak Finnish, your best chance for a job is either tech industry or manual labor, maybe tourism. I think these are all valid options. Look at that hat. Okay, by the way, some people have asked like if where you can get this hat. You can actually get this from Amazon. Let me show you. Just a second. And I have an affiliate link to this product if you want to get this. So you can get this on, currently unavailable. Oh, that's too bad. But this is amazon.uk. But maybe if you're in the States or I think this was also available in the German Amazon. But yeah, if you go to, I think there's a link in the description. So alexhimself.com/saunaboss. Let me see if I have the. Okay, I think I didn't have it here. Also, there is the lady version. Let me see, alexhimself.com/. Sauna. Just a second. Yes. So you can also get this lady version. My girlfriend actually has this one. Yeah, for that one, you want to go to, I think there was a link in the description for this one. This one is available in the UK. For some reason, it forwards me to the UK shop from Finland. But if you're in Finland, you want to go to the German version because you can get it like, you don't have to pay the import taxes and stuff. But yeah, if you want to get this sauna hat or the this Miss Sauna hat, you can get it from Amazon. Yeah, good stuff. You are like a bull. Yeah, I think it's like a Viking. Rasmus says hello. Good stuff. And some douchebag Alexi is promoting his links here. I wish there was a group class that is more affordable, something to Babbel Live or Lingoda. Yeah, I mean, group classes are also fine for learning Finnish. I have also taken them myself, but it really depends on the teacher. And the problem is that if you're having like a group class, then the teacher cannot put too much attention on you. For example, with the one-on-one lessons, it's better because the tutor can put 100% attention on you, and that can be, it's more efficient. Joe says in winter you can get a job in snow removal as a non-speaker. Yeah, okay, that's a good to know. Okay, here we had the super chat, super sticker, $1 super sticker. Thank you, gold coins. Vampira says the reason I'm visiting in summer because I listened a lot of more him during the lockdown, and that made me interesting to learn about Finnish culture, language. God damn it, Will. Yeah, good stuff. Okay, actually, when we are talking about the languages, I mean, if you're really getting started from zero, you're in the very, very early stages. I also want to recommend my own Finnish courses that I have created. Hold on just a second. So I have created 2 courses, Basics of Spoken Finnish Introduction and Basics of Spoken Finnish Beginner Grammar and Conversations, because, well, that's a mouthful. And I'm actually planning to update these courses maybe in a few months. But I mean, these are courses like, okay, the intro courses is if you're really starting from zero, you don't really know how to get started or what you should learn. here you learn kind of the basic elements of the Finnish language and basic grammar, vocabulary, and also the spoken Finnish language I will also teach. So let me see. So after the course, you can talk about practical stuff like hobbies, age. You will learn dozens of vocabulary. You can introduce yourself. You also gain some confidence in your beginner Finnish skills, and also how the Finnish language works, like the elements, like the pronunciation and so forth. There's some reviews as well and good stuff. And the second course is like a follow-up course for this. So I will go more into the grammar, teach useful sentence structures like let's go for a lunch, or this kind of like beginner, useful stuff for beginners. And I have created the lessons in a way that you don't have to get stuck at the grammar. And then there's like a bundle. You can get the both of these courses with a discount if you take the bundle. Yeah. So these are also good starters. Of course, I recommend them because they are my own. I've also got some good reviews. You can read the reviews, and there's also a money back guarantee. If you feel like Alex's courses were shit, didn't learn much, then you can just send me an email and I will refund you the money. But yeah, go check them out. I think I had the banner here. So the Alex himself .teachable.com, is it correct? Yeah, actually I can put it also in the comments. Yes. So I think those are good options for language stuff. And those are online courses, so I have pre-recorded the video so you can go through those on your own pace. You don't have to attend at any certain time, so it's very convenient for you. Super solid advice for learning Finnish. Hey, Nordic Finance is also here. So these are two, I think you guys are Finnish, and they teach about like finance and investing, also about Finland. Yeah, why not? I think I have also showed their channel, Nordic Finance. Yes. For example, they made a really good video about taxes. Let me just see where is the okay, here we have it. So they made like complete guide in taxes in Finland, and how to get started with investing in Finland is also a good video, and other like investing related stuff and shenanigans. So yeah, go check them out as well. So Nordic Finance was, yeah, also the comment that's being highlighted at the moment. Hey, Cold Codes, thanks for the super sticker again. Okay, I need to take a quick vodka break. Just getting the Finnish, awesome Finnish tap water. Alex says, can you tell us about the rally folk racing, like the episodes of Top Gear with Mika Häkkinen? I'm not really sure what this is about, unfortunately. So just have to, yeah, believe it or not, I'm just a regular Finnish guy. Even I don't know all the Finnish stuff. In Oulu, the service people are more limited in speaking English than shop workers, but you can get by. Good stuff. Timothy is also here. Also, the World Rally Championships are held in Finland. You should cover it, brother Alexi. So exciting and fun. You have blast. Blessing you. Love your channel. Thanks, Timothy, and thanks for the idea. Firelight. Hi, everyone. I live in Texas. I look forward to visiting Finland. Welcome to Finland. WTF. I want to go to the Moomin Museum and steal the golden Moomin statue. Is there one over there? Because I have actually been to the Moomin Museum in like 4 years ago or something. And again, this dude, dumbass Alex, promoting his products. Surprisingly, I was able to land a job in Finland within 1 month, although I was shifting my career. That's great. congrats. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's difficult everywhere in the world to find a job as an immigrant, but it's definitely possible. It does really depend on the field. For example, IT sector is always looking for new people, and they also hire in English, and so on. Mindy's also here. Miss Sauna Hat. Yes, ladies, go get your Miss Sauna Hat now using my affiliate link. Yeah. So if you buy anything from my affiliate link, I will get a small commission with no extra cost for you. I actually have to disclose it. Can Finns order from Amazon? Yes. So we don't have Amazon in Finland, but the closest one is in Sweden and Germany. I actually ordered some books from Germany's Amazon like last week. Why I order from Amazon? Because it's so easy with their mobile app, and they also deliver quite quickly. If you can please share a link to find a job in Finland for out of Europe, please go watch my newest video about working in Finland. And again, this Alexi douchebag promoting links. Will Finns think I'm a weird if I'm a big Movements fan? No, not at all. I mean, everyone loves Movements. Definitely no. Yuki is also here. Hey Alex, long time no see. Welcome, and thanks for being a member. Yeah, by the way, guys, if you want to support the channel and get some extra perks, you can consider becoming a member. There's this join button, and there's 3 different tier levels. The first level is with the first level you get access to the emojis and extra emojis and badges, and actually inner circle. So the second level is the inner circle. I just dropped a new video there, and I did like a house tour of my apartment, like a quick one. And then the third one is like at this producer level. You will get shout outs and more. I'm actually planning to work on those stuff as well. But yeah, if you want to do that, go for it. But if not, that's also not a problem. Just like Teko says, now we are all moving fans. Exactly. We had moments where I was a kid, it's dope. Exactly. Never used the sauna. Velogi. Moi Velogi. Risto, never used the sauna. Yeah, actually, I like I told before, the sauna hats are actually not that common. I think these are more used for like ice swimming. So when I actually went to ice swimming like a couple of weeks ago, I actually had it there. But my girlfriend actually used her the Miss Sauna hat because it prevented her hair to get like wet, because she didn't want to. She was not like wetting her hair during that sauna session, so it actually helped her in that case. So like I said, sauna hat's not really common, but if I would go in a public sauna with ice swimming, definitely I would take it. Yeah, good to have Risto also in the show. Hey, out of curiosity, how is gun violence? So this is extremely rare because the regulations with guns are very strict. So if you want to get a gun, you need to go like through a strict process, and eventually, if you get the gun, you need to have it like stored in a certain way. So very, very, very rare. There have been, unfortunately, few these incidents, like these school shootings in the past, but very rare. I would not be worried about these things. Yeah, there causes gun violence very rare. Mindy asks, when does the spring start? I think it has kind of started already. The snow is melting, and usually maybe end of March, so quite soon. Okay, let's go to the form question. So again, if you want to send your comments, comments also, but maybe the questions, you can use the form link, because I will go through this one by one. So the next question is from Shah from Pakistan. He hasn't decided whether he wants to move to Finland or not, but Finnish family member / partner would be the reason, and the beauty is the spark of interest. Good stuff. And the question is, how are you so extrovert as a Finnish born? Okay, this is actually interesting question. Like I said, I feel I'm definitely an introvert, but I have learned to be an extrovert. So when I was younger, like in my 20s and stuff, I was super shy. I wasn't really that outgoing, but I have always kind of felt that I would want to be social. So, but then luckily I discovered that you can actually learn to be outgoing person and social, even if you're an introvert. So that's also what you can do. And if you want to come to Finland, you want to make friends with Finns, you have to learn to be proactive and learn how to start conversations. But luckily it's a skill that anyone can learn. So yeah, so because you only see like on the YouTube videos, you used to see it's kind of like polished. And if you would see me maybe on for a lunch, I would probably be much more like toned down, especially at the beginning, because I'm probably talking to a person I just met and these kind of things. So. Yeah, so that's my story. Next question from Onur from Turkey. Merhabalar, nasılsın? Moving to Finland within a year for studies and good education and high living standards. Sparks of interest, excellent. And the question is, okay, I need to format this a little bit. Would you recommend okay, I think this is a Vuokraovi website for renting a house. I see some student apartments that are linked to my school's website and are 450 euro, but I can only find 300 euro Vuokraovi city. Like, I'm on a tight budget, so I would really prefer not going over 350 euros. Okay, so Vuokraovi, I can actually show you Vuokraovi. I have showed it before, so I can show it again. Why not? Actually, let me can I remove this a little bit? Yeah, maybe I'll just take my face out of the way. Yeah, so Vuokraovi is a decent website, especially because you can operate it in English. And you can use this website to do research, especially. So if you're moving to Finland and you have no idea how much the rents are, you can use this website. So, okay, so for example, Lahti, let's say 1-room apartment, block of flats. Come on. Okay, let's say 20 square meters and church. Oops. Okay, maybe this is good. And then what is really good, they have the map search. Where is the map search? I think it wasn't the previous. Let's go back. I always make the same mistake. So I have to go map search. I need to do it again. Ahti. Block of flats. 1 room. And let's say minimum 20. And then we can see all the flats. Actually, that's quite a few. But what was the question? Would you recommend? Yeah, I mean, it's a good website. You can do research and then, okay, let's see if we go, for example, this one, Sibeliuksen katu, Sibelius Street. And then you can read about the place. The description happens to be in Finnish. But you can of course use Google Translate. You can read about the stuff. But if you are a student, then I would definitely recommend applying for the student apartments. because they have everything in English, and it's made really easy for students. But yeah, I mean, Lahti area has their own organization offering those student apartments. Yep. So, but Vuokrau is decent. It's kind of simple. So, how would I apply for this? So, this is LIT Vuokrahuoneisto. This is like an organization. You would have to call this number, or you can use this contact form as well. But yeah, why not? Okay, we have gone through all the questions here, so we can go back to the comment section. Let's see. Joe says, I didn't notice a golden moving statue when I visited moving museum. Yeah, I don't really remember. Maybe it's a new thing. Spring starts around midsummer, yeah, and lasts for 1 day. Vicky is also here. Moi Vicky. Moikka. And thanks for being a member as well. Swedish Amazon doesn't deliver to Finland. Yeah, okay. Yeah, actually that's the case. Maybe they probably start delivering at some point, but yeah, German Amazon is pretty good. Yeah, Joe uses the Noah emoji. Unfortunately, Noah is not home today. We could definitely take him to the show as well. Nice to see you again. You too. How far north do you have to go to see the Northern Lights? Well, the rule of thumb is that the more north you go, the higher the chances are. Here in the south, you barely see them, like never, unless it's like very rare. Moin greetings from Germany. Vielen Dank für die Grüße. I like your content, Alexa. Thanks for your food deals. Good stuff. No, not the phone call like this. This like phone call. Hello. And I look so weird with the headphones and yeah. But you know, I'm just it's just Alex himself. Nothing more, nothing less. Timothy says, Moi Alex, thank you for such high vibrating channel bringing Finland to us all. Yes, that's why I'm doing this, to bring Finland make it more accessible to you. Teko says, technically you can see Northern Lights everywhere in Finland, but you want to go north Arctic Circle to have a decent chance. Yes, I think that's how it works. Terveisiä Raumalta, greetings from Rauma. Kiitos terveisistä. Good afternoon from Long Island, New York. Good stuff. Thanks, Anthony. I have to go out meet a friend for a coffee like in an hour. I really can't be bothered. My bed is too comfy, but I should probably go. Kiitos, moi moi. Thank you, Vampira, for being there, and see you soon again. Is YouTube your full-time job, or do you do other types of work? For now, it's my full-time job. So I decided to give it a go and see if I can make this work. But if it doesn't, then I'll just go back to find a job. But yeah, let's see. Thibaut, hey, thanks for this content. I have a question. If I will buy an apartment in Espoo this summer, what do you think about these two areas? Niittykumpu or Kilo or Leppävaara? Okay, well, the good news is that Niittykumpu. Okay, I need to reason. I think all of these areas are good because they are next to the metro stations or train stations. Niittykumpu has the shopping center. Leppävaara also has the Sello shopping centers. I mean, I don't know too much about in detail, but they seem decent. It's always good that if they are close to a metro or train station, that's always like a good sign. Yes. Rickard says, Leppävaara is centrally located with the great shopping mall at Sello. Yes, That's what I also think of. I was suspicious of this site as a student apartments. They were recommended for me as 400, but I couldn't find 300 in here. Well, yeah, Vuokraovi it's like a place where there's all kinds of stuff can be advertised. So if you want to get a student apartment, go directly to the student apartment organization, and they have their own application forms and everything. Does citizens having dual citizenship need to go through the conscription? I don't think so. I think they can kind of choose, but I think the answer is no. I'm not 100% sure, but I would believe it. That's how it works. I am the asker of the last question, by the way, okay? Moi, tervetuloa. How's it going, everyone? I think we're doing good. First live stream for a while. If you are Finnish citizens are under 35, you will go through conscriptions. Nowadays, you can take civil service. I thought the age limit was 30. Has it changed? But I believe that it has been 30. But yeah, that's just my impression. I recently relocated to Oulu. I watched most of your videos before arriving here and was really helpful. That's great to hear. Welcome to Finland. WTF. Tervetuloa Oulussa. Okay, Ouluun is the correct form, but of course I understand what Joe says. So tervetuloa plus illative case, so tervetuloa Ouluun. Welcome to Oulu. Teetkö sinä joskus videota suomen kielen murteesta, is probably what Godzilla wants to say, niin kuin Savon murre, Karjalan murre. No en ole tehnyt, mutta se on vähän semmoinen aika niche-aihe. Voi olla, että ehkä en tee, mutta ehkä esimerkiksi Cat Chats voisi tehdä siltä videon. So the question was, would I make videos about the dialects of Finland? It's a very niche topic. I may consider it, but I think it may suit better for channels like Cat Chats, maybe. How much does gas cost? Well, it has gone up quite a bit. I think I saw like 2.5 euros a liter. So like 2 years ago, 1 year ago, it was like 1 euros. So it's kind of expensive. So you'd recommend me to go to student apartments even though Vuokrav is cheaper? Okay, so now I understand what the question was. Probably because the process is much cheaper. Of course, I'm not really sure what the student apartments on Vuokrav was, so I cannot really say, but like generally speaking, it's always better to go through the student apartment organizations directly. Queen of Red says hello. Moi. And yeah, if you have questions you want me to answer, you can use the form link in the comments, because there might be some comments that just go like, well, I may miss, but I have the form result links like over here, so I will see if there's a question and I will go through those for sure. George says, I was looking at Kilo and Perkka for apartments. Both seem to have reasonable rent prices. Yeah, I mean, Kilo is a little bit more like a suburb. They don't have a shopping center, and Perkka is on the other side of Leppävaara. Mindy asks, at what age can you get a driver's license? 18. 18 is the language. No, not language. Age. Rasmus asks, do you think knowing Finnish will have a big impact on job opportunities in tech? Most jobs in tech require no Finnish skills. Well, I think you answered the question here. No, because the job does not require Finnish, so they probably don't really care that much about your Finnish skills. Of course, it's a plus. I mean, it never hurts to know Finnish. But yeah, I would say no. It's more like about the real tech skills for the job that's more important. Wow, it's more than $5. Yeah, I mean, gas price, it's like gone through the roof. Yeah, because of the war, the oil prices, the Brent oil prices has gone up like crazy, and that also increases the cost of gas in here. What about NATO? Well, I already answered this. Like, I don't want to go too much into the details, and I don't really know all the pros and cons, especially the cons of NATO. So, but I mean, as a like initial thought, it sounds like a good idea, but in the end, I can't really say for sure. Tech jobs are super immigrant friendly. If you know fluent English, yes, you can work on tech. Yes, I completely agree. What age can you get driving permit? I think this was already answered, but the answer is 18. Always good if you can learn beforehand, especially if you consult with customers. I think this was about the language stuff. Yes. Okay, let's jump to the form. So please use the form if you have any question that you want me to answer. Next question is from Victor from Sachse, Deutschland. Danke für die Frage. Moving to Finland within a year. Music research, Aurora and Lapland. Sparks of interest, awesome. The question is, how much does it cost to have a dog? Ei kurjuutta kummempaa, my favorite Finnish sentence. That's actually a good sentence indeed. Okay, so we actually have a dog, so I should know the answer to this. But actually we haven't really, or do I have it? I think I once made some listing. I need to just quickly do some research, because I think when we were applying for mortgage, we had to make some breakdowns, and let me just see if I have. Ei, missähän se oli? Okay, I think I don't find it, but okay, what costs we have? We have the food, then we have the insurance, then we have the possible vets, all the equipment, of course. But we haven't really listed them anywhere. Okay, just a second. I'm gonna make a quick search in my Google Drive, because we made some. Okay, I cannot find it. Olisiko se tuolla? Oh, okay, I think I found it. So just a rough food, insurance. So this is about 16, okay, roughly 70 euros a month. But this does not include any equipments, because we have already the equipment bought. And we buy our food like in a big bulks, so we save a little bit of there. And the insurance, of course, the insurance is like 23 euros a month. And then the medicine plus vets are around 37 euros a month. But of course, it depends. But sometimes there's a big, like a period of time of when we don't have to go to the vet at all. But we actually had to go to the vet recently because Noah had this like a small tumor at the edge of his eye, and the doctor told that okay, it's nothing serious, and it should fall off like on its own. But if it doesn't, then we can operate it, and we actually decided to have it operated. And the operation cost 400 euro, but the insurance covered 220 euro. So actually quite a bit. So that was good stuff. Yeah, but I think Finland is a very dog-friendly country. Like everyone wants to have dogs, and you see dogs all the time. And it is ei kurjuutta kummempaa. Okay, I'm gonna write this to you. This is actually quite funny phrase. Perkele, missä sen tuolla? So this was the phrase. And okay, how would I translate? So kurjuus, the middle word, means like misery, maybe. And okay, this, yeah, it's impossible to translate. Nothing more than misery. It's like this is like a funny way to say that I'm like, so if someone asks like, how you doing, mitä kuuluu, you can say ei kurjuutta kummempaa, like nothing worse than misery. But it means like I'm not bad. It's just a funny way to say it. Yeah, good stuff. Okay, let me see. Did we have any other questions? I think we went through them for now. All right. Let me scroll back of the comments. What was the name of the channel you just mentioned regarding Finnish dialects? Okay, you could request this. So if you want to learn Finnish, especially, so go watch a channel called Cat Chats. Oops. So Cat Chats, he's a Finnish American, and she makes videos especially about the Finnish language. So you could request her maybe do a video about this, because she makes everything about the language. So, and she makes really good stuff. So make sure to check out Kat's channel. Rasmus asks, I currently live in Estonia and there are several jobs in call center for Finnish speaker, but it feels kind of scary because in class they often teach bookish language. Not sure how I would be. Yeah, so call center jobs. So of course, this is an example of a job where you would need good speaking skills. And if you would use the standard or the book language, then you would come across as like a stiff and a little bit unnatural. So that's why learning spoken Finnish is important, in my opinion. Able to cope with spoken Finnish, yes, okay. Learn spoken Finnish. That's about it. In my online course, which I mentioned, I do cover spoken Finnish, like specifically. There are maybe a dozen things you need to learn about spoken Finnish, so you can actually, or like dozen things that separate spoken Finnish and standard Finnish. Of course, my current level is nowhere good enough for a job in call center, but when I saw the job and I started thinking about, yeah, I mean, anything is learnable if you just put enough time and effort. George says, since the Russian invasion of Ukraine, the opinion polls show that Finns are saying yes to joining NATO. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Like in 2017, it was 19% who said yes to NATO. Now it's more than 50. How many languages do I speak? I speak 5. I mean, Finnish and English are kind of like fluent, I guess. But then, of course, I learned Swedish. Then my German is kind of okay. And Japanese. What is NATO? So the Northern Atlantic Treaty Organization. How much time it takes to convert visit visa into work visa? Okay, so the thing is that if you get a visa, it's for a short-term stuff, like maximum 90 days. But if you want to stay longer than 90 days, you need to apply for a residence permit. And on Migri's website, you can see what are the processing times. Again, okay, let's go find out. Migri.fi. And let's go English. Let's see. I want to. Okay. We're gonna apply for residence permit. First residence permit, I think. Where's the processing times? Working in Finland, probably. Yeah, I need to click it there. Where is the processing times? Because they usually have a processing. But okay, but you can find it on Migri. Migri is the Finnish immigration service. Okay, let me see. Processing times. Okay, updated in estimated process. Okay, that's just new. Okay, so unfortunately I couldn't find processing time checker. Okay, so here is you get residence permit, next, work, next, employment, next, residence permit for an employed person. I think this is the one what we are looking for. Next, first or extended. Okay, let's say it's first, I assume. Employment, 3 months. Okay, I'm not sure what this means, but yeah, okay, you can use the processing time checker. I guess that works. And again, this douchebag is commenting here. Google says more miserable. Yeah, I mean it's difficult to translate. Mindy asks, what age do Finns learn English or other languages? So do Finns prefer tourists to know Finnish when visiting Finland? When I was a kid, we started to learn at the 3rd grade, so I was 10 at the age of 10. Not sure what's it now, but I would assume it's somewhat along the same. Yeah, at the age of 10 it was for me. How cold is it? Let's Google. Espoo weather. -1 degree Celsius. In Fahrenheit, that's 31. Is Finland going to be attacked by Russia? Well, no one knows. Let's hope not. And of course, NATO would help it, but yeah, I mean, it's a difficult topic. Alice asks, Alex Antex, it's not about this topic, but can I get the bus with the folding bike? Okay, I assume you're in Helsinki area, maybe HSL polkupyörä bussissa. Okay, I'm finding. Okay, I found the answer on HSL. I'm just going to show you the Finnish. Okay, I'm on the wrong tab. So it says here, kokoon taitettavan polkupyörän voit kuitenkin ottaa mukaan. So foldable bicycle, yes. In all, in Helsinki area. So you just need to go to the organization's website and find. What's the price of cocaine in Finland? I don't know. Guys, don't do drugs, please. I guess Nokia would be a good place to look since they're doing a lot of 5G and 6G stuff. Yeah, okay. Foldable bikes should be okay, depends on the company. Yes. Yeah, I had thought about too. Good point. Never been in a sauna before. Will I die staying there with crazy Finns? If it's your first time, you can just tell them like, hey, sorry, this is my first time, just trying to learn, and that's it. You can also sit on the lower levels if you're not sure. I should do an updated sauna video. Am I right in thinking that Nokia is just west of Espoo? I mean, the company is, yes, but Nokia is also a city in Finland. But yeah, I think the Nokia headquarters is in Espoo. Somewhere, yes. By the way, I'm curious, is it very uncommon to give compliments in Finland? Because a few times when I met the Finn who look beautiful and compliment, they seem to be blushing. This is a good question. I think this is true. Like, we don't give compliments that often. We should definitely do that more often. But yeah, I mean, giving a compliment, there's nothing wrong giving a compliment. But I mean, maybe this person, okay, maybe he, or I assume it's a she if she was beautiful. Maybe she was not expecting that at all, and that's why I mean, I guess people do blush if they get a compliment. So I don't think that's the case. But yeah, do give compliments, especially to Finns. Nokia has a lot of jobs in Oulu at the moment because they're opening a new office. Okay, good stuff. Yes, the company. I'm on the edge living next to Russia. I'm planning to move back to the States. My wife might not want to move. I don't know what to do. I'm scared that Russia will retaliate if you guys join NATO. Well, okay, first of all, don't panic. At the moment, there is no current threat against Finland. This has been confirmed by the president and the defense forces. Of course, no one knows what's going to happen, but it's very unlikely that Russia would go to Finland because all the focal point is in Ukraine. So no need to be super worried. Cocaine prices fluctuate by supply and demand. Yeah, I guess so. Gotta watch football. Thanks for answering my question stream. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Rasmus. You too. Hope to see you soon. Yuriko says, Alex, have you ever had natto before? If yes, what is your favorite way to eat it? If no, do you sometimes want to try it? From Japan, kiitos. Okay. Commento arigatou gozaimasu. But when I was in Japan, I think I did not try natto. My ex-girlfriend, who was Japanese, she had natto for breakfast. But yeah, I guess I could try it. But did I try natto? I have a feeling that I did not try, but I guess it's why not? It's always good idea try. Nattoa tapetako tonai kedo tapete mite mo itomamas. Okay, just trying to flex my Japanese skills. Okay, I haven't actually spoken Japanese in a while, but gotta try to keep it. Okay, more cocaine stuff. Okay, maybe we'll not go into those. We forgot the crackers. As I'm going to Finland to meet a friend, but I feel worried about his friends when I meet them. Any do's or don'ts I might not know when meeting new Finns as a guest? Good question. I don't think there's anything specific. I mean, like if you go to a Finnish apartment, remember to take off your shoes at the entrance, all these kind of things. But I mean, just be interested and curious, and I don't think there's any big bombs. Of course, understanding the fact that like talking about religion is not really it's kind of like awkward, or asking how much you make money, also a little bit awkward topic, these kind of things. I have made a video about things not to do in Finland. I think that video will help. Yep. Russia is putting all the armor in Ukraine, so they have no reasons to fight Finland. Even after the war, it will take rebuild. Yeah, that's what I also feel. So no problem, no problemo. Hey brother, are there technical sales jobs? You just need to do the research. I actually just made a video about this working in Finland. Dean says, thanks Joe and Alexi, good stuff. What is your favorite book? Let's see. I do read books every once in a while, but I usually read what is called tietokirja in Finnish, like information books. So, for example, okay, actually, I think I have a pretty good book over here. So this is the Total Recall by Arnold Schwarzenegger. So this is about his story, how he became famous, and it's actually very, very inspiring because he was born in the 1950s in Austria, small village, and how he actually managed to get from there to one of the biggest movie stars in America. So that's why I look up to Arnold Schwarzenegger, because he actually accomplished something which seemed very impossible. Maybe that's one of the famous, like my favorite books. Teko says, straight out compliments from strangers can freak out people because you come out as creepy. Yeah, I mean, it depends if that's the first thing you say, and also like how you deliver it can come across as creepy. But okay, I'm gonna tell like a funny story. In my 20s, I sometimes approach a girl in a bookstore and I said like something like, hey, this is kind of a little bit random, but I really liked your style, and open the conversation that way. So, but I kind of softened it by saying that, hey, I know this is a bit random. So because I kind of acknowledge that it's a little bit come across maybe as surprising, but yeah, it depends on the situation and how you deliver it and all these kind of things. Tamas, hey, greetings from Hungary. Do you have some nice restaurant recommendations, Helsinki? Do I? I don't really go out eating out that often. But maybe there is, but I can just think of anything. It depends also what kind of food. Is it like steak or? But I don't know. Actually, I don't know. because I'm very bad at dining out, because I'm kind of frugal person. I don't really go eating out that often. Yeah, unfortunately, I cannot really think of anything. What do Finnish people call mosquito? Hyttynen. I just tried it. It's the Finnish word. If you want to know how much someone earns, it better pay as to Vero instead of person. Yeah, I mean in Finland, did you know that you can find out anyone's earnings information, or earnings information is not maybe the correct tax information. So, for example, if you want to know how much I make money, you can just call the tax office and they will tell you. You just need to know my region and my name, and also my age if there are people with the same name. So it's not like salary, but I mean how much you will pay in, or how much is your earnings in state taxation and municipal taxation. It's a little bit tricky term, but you will get an idea around how much they make. I'm an undergrad with 10 years experience. Do I need to complete my bachelor's to get a good job? Probably no, because if you really have the experience already, then I don't think the degree is gonna help that much. Hi, just tuned in. Never been to Yyteri. Actually, I think I have never been to Yyteri. It's the famous beach in Pori. Jurek says, arigatou gozaimasu. Domo. The sushi place next to Kamppi is nice. Okay. Traditional Finnish restaurants. Yeah, because Finland is not really like known for its cuisine. I mean, we have good desserts, but not like in Japan. There's ramen and sushi and natto and donburi and all these kind of things. Do Finns drink do Finns drink much tea? Some do, but I don't think. I think Finns prefer coffee. Is it common to Finns to have a middle name? I think it's legally required to have at least 2 first names. I think let's check it out. Onko toinen nimi pakollinen? I'm just gonna Google this in Finnish. No, okay. Lapsen syntymäehdosta on vähintään 1 etunimi. Okay, actually I was wrong. So it seems that you have to give at least first name, at least 1 first name. But it's very common to have 2 names. Maybe this has changed, because I was under the impression that you have to have at least 2 first names. It's just like a common practice. I just found like a Finnish article that says it's just like there's no really a reason behind it, but it's just common way to do things. I don't know why. Actually, that's interesting. I thought it was legally required. Bucky asks, do Finnish people feel bothered by texting? I recently became friends with a really kind Finnish guy, and I text him a few times a day. I'm worried if I'm bothering him too much. A few times a day, it could be, because, well, it depends on the person. If you really have something to talk about, then probably it's okay. You could also just ask him directly if you're not sure. I mean, For example, how often do I text with my male friends? Maybe once or twice a week, believe it or not. But I mean, if there's something interesting to tell, like a piece of news or funny video, then I mean, it could be also more often. I mean, yeah, if you have some good business, then not a problem. Usually experience Trump schooling here, getting the experience without credential is the problem. Yes, I think that is true. Hey from Prague, I've been planning to do Helsinki to Rovaniemi train trip for a while. Does it make sense to do the trip in summer too? Yeah, I think Lapland and Rovaniemi can be really nice also in the summer because there's no night basically. I have actually never done it myself, but I don't see why not. Pori for the win. Is moomin hunting illegal? Okay, these questions are getting funny. Some people drink too much more coffee. Plenty still drink tea. I think keisari, morsen, tiikerin, päiväuni are nice teas. Yeah, keisari, morsen means the fiance of the emperor or wife. I guess morsia, yeah, and tiikerin päiväuni is the daydream of the tiger. These are actually funny names. Tea is the best. Boiled meat and potatoes. Not sure what this was about. Has the recent war affected prices in supermarkets? Goods and gas prices already, yes, and most likely the food prices are also gonna go up. That has been discussed in the news, unfortunately. What are the possible impacts of the war on the real estate? Probably not big. I mean, as long as the war doesn't spread to Finland, then I don't think there's much problems. Some people may think that, okay, are people willing to buy real estate now? But I read some comments that it's probably gonna just slow down a little bit, but I think the values are still gonna go up in big cities at least. Katja says, Alexia, I started watching your videos when I was still in Brazil and now I've been living in Finland for 5 months. Just want to thank you for your work. I learned so much from your videos. Thank you, Katja. That's great. Awesome. Good stuff. I hope Finland has been treating you well. Oops, my phone is ringing. Just a second. Girlfriend was calling. I'm just gonna send her a quick text on WhatsApp. I personally prefer texting over voice, but I'm not so young anymore, so I would prefer full info in one text and continuous bombardment. The whippersnappers might be different. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Just a second. But yeah, just like Teko says, it's better to be more compact and concise than this like back and forth thingy. Do Finns celebrate St. Patrick's Day? I don't think so. I think it's not the thing here. What is the hardest word to say in Finnish? I think it depends. Okay, this is not difficult, but the most difficult, yeah. This is actually at least one that could be challenging. Yeah. Is it possible to run away into Finnish wilderness and survive out there? Uh, I guess so. I guess so. If you have the equipment and you know what you do. Mindy says, thank you for all the very good information about Finland, and I enjoy when you walk around Finland too. Yeah, so I would want to do those walking streams. Uh, I was thinking about doing it tonight, but because I'm still a little bit recovering from the COVID, so I'm just trying to take it easy. I haven't been going to the gym, for example, at this week at all, even if the fevers and the biggest symptoms have been already done, but I still have things runny nose and coughing. Let me just check the thing. Cool. Hey, maybe I have one quick thing also to recommend to you. Just a second. Closing unnecessary tabs. Säilyttää näyttänytkään sitä. Why didn't it work? Okay, never mind. I think I have to do some checking later on. Yeah, okay, no worries. Let's check the next question. Let's take from the forums. I think it's been already 2 hours since we've been streaming. Maybe we can take a few more questions, and because the silence period starts at 10 here, so I'll have to make sure my voice is down. There was a question about the NATO thing. We have already covered that. The question about the Rovaniemi trip. But yeah, we have a question from Paul from Russia, already living in Finland for working. And the question is how to understand if it makes sense to rent or to buy a flat in Finland. This is a good question. Okay, well, I would approach it in this way that if you're already established your life in Finland and you're planning to stay here for long term, or at least for now, you have steady income and you also manage to save, so all your income does not get spent. In that case, it does make sense to buy, because this is how I would approach this. So you have steady income and you plan to stay here for long term. I think these are the two. There could be also some other aspects. Of course, if you buy, then you have to take a mortgage, and it's like a big liability. But if you can manage your finances, then I don't think that it's not gonna be a problem to manage the mortgage. Also, at least for now, the mortgage rates are super low, so you can get kind of like a cheap mortgage in a way. Yeah, I think these could be the questions you can ask. There could be something else as well, which I cannot just think of at the moment. Great. Let's take one more question from Victor from Deutschland again. The question is it okay? I need to format the question a little bit. In general, is it more expensive to be an employer or independent worker than an employee? Yes, I would think so, because because if you're an employee, you will just get the gross salary, And if you are an employee, you have to also cover your own. Okay, well, actually, yeah, it kind of depends. Because if you are like me, I'm a solo entrepreneur, I will have to pay my own pension payments. But the thing is that I can choose, you can actually choose it in a way. If you pay small, then you get much smaller pension contributions, but it's going to be less like a monthly expense. But it depends. Of course, it's easier to be an employee because you just need to do your job and get the salary. But if you are an entrepreneur and you have a successful business and that kind of stuff, then of course you can make more money. But yeah, I guess it depends. Just have to check quick. Okay. Question. Let's go back to the comments, maybe for the last time tonight. Yeah, this is the this is, in a way it's a real word, but it's kind of like an artificial word. It's not really like a real word we use in Finnish regularly. Do Finns have extra accessories in their sauna? No. In Japan, when I was in Japan in a sauna, Japanese sauna, there was a TV that was kind of like a shock. But in Finland, not really. You've ever been to Vaasa? I've been to bowling in Vaasa. I haven't like properly visited it. No, actually, my girlfriend had a rental flat there, and we actually had to move it out. So we briefly visited like 1.5 years ago. Alex says, hey guys, hello. Plenty of skiing opportunities in Lapland. Yes, definitely. Best regards from Portugal. Good stuff. I've been to Porto. I need to go kidnap lunch. Good stuff. See you later. Do you think the interest will stay low? Okay, so there has been a lot of discussion that the interest would go up because of the inflation. But now, because of the war started, now people think that the central bank won't raise the rates. But even if they would increase, it wouldn't be like a dramatic increase, because we are still on the negative. So, but who knows? Time will tell. Technically, you can survive in the Finnish wilderness. You need some mad survival skills, especially in the winter. Yes, definitely. George says, is the Levi ski resort the largest, the most popular? I think it's definitely one of the most popular. Great. Okay, I think we've gone through all the questions in the forums and in the comments. So I think this could be probably a good time to wrap up this stream. So thank you everybody for the good contribution, good comments, support. Thanks for the super chatters as well. There's some additional resources in the description. Make sure to follow me on Instagram as well. And hopefully new videos will be coming up next week again. So stay fantastic. See you soon. Thanks and have a great weekend.